Hey, 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 it's Dr. Dawn. Welcome to Mystical Monday. You guys sit back and let me do some adjustments so we can get ready for tonight's program. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right. All right. All of my beautiful souls who are joining me tonight, I'm going to give you guys a moment to come on in this room because we have a wonderful show here tonight. I have a special guest who's going to be joining me in a few moments. Once all of you guys come on in here and we set the groundwork for tonight's show. So, for those of you who are coming for the first time tonight, my name is Dr. Dawn. I am an intuitive guide and spiritual messenger. And so, what that means is I'm a go between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. I'm the one in the middle relaying messages. On Monday nights, I relay messages from the spiritual realm to the collective, which is you guys. In my one-on-one sessions, I am the go-between you and your spirit team. I'm the one in the middle relaying messages to you from your team, okay? And so usually lately on Monday nights, I haven't been giving direct messages because I've been having guests. Yay. When I don't have guests, I kind of talk to you guys from the spirit. I give you guys information and guidance as it is downloaded to me. However, when I have guests, they are the download. I am guided and connected to these wonderful beings who are who come to my energy field with such wonderful energy presence and information, and I know it will be beneficial to you guys. So I usually will bring them on or ask them to come on so that they can share their information with you guys also. So tonight, we have a special guest. He'll be coming on in momentarily. I'm gonna make sure. Oh, he's waiting in the waiting room. Yay! I have a special kind of connection with him. I actually met him over a year ago. I saw him on a podcast that I was actually a guest on, not at the same time as him, but we shared that platform and a mutual friend between us that did the platform. And so I was energetically directed to him. We have long-standing history that we've come to connect with as relates to this life and past lives. And so he often calls me his galactic mom. I call him my galactic son because we have that connection as it relates to our incarnations in past lives. So he's been on here before. He's not a stranger to this platform, but tonight it's going to be a little different. We're going to dig a little deeper, and we're going to pick his brain a little bit. So, hey to you guys in the chat. Hey, Ascension 2023 chat. Welcome. Hello, Jasani. I want you guys to understand that this platform is very heavily dependent on the interactions from all of you. I welcome comments and questions, interjections. I will always try to read your requests here live because that's what it's about. It's about you guys getting the opportunity to share your thoughts in the moment. For those of you who are watching the replay, I also welcome your comments. I love to respond to them. So please feel free, if you're watching this after the fact, to leave questions and comments. I always answer them. You guys help me and the algorithm by leaving me comments as well as likes. So if this information tonight resonates with you, please don't hesitate to click the thumbs up and give me a like. Matter of fact, you can give me a like right now if you come here often and this information resonates with you. I would greatly appreciate that. You guys help me get into the algorithm and to share this information to those who are in need of it, okay? All right, so without further ado, hello in the chat. You guys are coming in. I see you. I'm going to go ahead and bring Cassius in. Let's hope he didn't leave his spot. And he's connecting. He's connecting.
What's up, moms?
Hey, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me good?
Yeah, of course. You always got that good sound equipment. You know I can hear you. Look, I got a little equipment too. Look, I got me a little baby mic. Do it sound a little different? Just a little different?
Ooh, it still sounds a little bit echoey. Are you sure it's
Oh,
connected to it?
okay, yeah. I let me double check since you said that. See, I knew you would get me together and get me straight.
It sounds a little bit better though, so maybe it is.
Okay. Can you it still sounds like it?
Oh yeah, it sounds a little bit better.
Okay, you know what? Look, I got the cheap can. I think I got to be up on it. Look how close I
Oh
am to
yeah. Okay, so no, you good. It sounds way better than how it used to. So you
Okay,
good.
see, I got to get it closer. Let me keep it close. So you got that good kind. You probably could sit way back like that.
Yeah,
See, you
yeah.
know what? That's all right. I'm growing. I'm getting there. I'm gonna be like you when I grow up.
Mine's just I just bought a really expensive one and said, you know what, I'm done with looking.
And just
So
get it.
yeah, I had so many cheap ones and I was like, fuck it, man. And I just bought a good one.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Look, you didn't hear your intro, did you? Like before you came on, you weren't
No.
like, okay. So I gave all the people our history a little bit, like about how we connected. And so I told them, you're no stranger to this platform. You ain't no stranger to no platform, because that's what you do. You own these platforms like crazy, which that is part of your mission, as you can probably see, because you are constantly at the forefront of podcasts and, just lives and just everything. You are on the go. So look, I told the people, I didn't give them your title. I just said you my galactic son. That's what you are to me. But I kind of didn't know how you go about describing yourself. I describe you as a galactic warrior, and GFL just, I don't know, confidant member. I don't know what do you give? What title do you give yourself?
I definitely would say warrior. Like whenever I ask myself like who am I? What do I do? I actually was telling myself this today. I was like, after getting more understandings of my mission and stuff like that, I was like, whoa, like I'm a warrior and I always will be. And I tried to fight it because I didn't want to, I thought being a warrior was so dark. And then
Uh-huh.
after I end up kept fighting and fighting all these beings, and I was like, all right, this is who I am. So I definitely say a warrior.
Yeah, yeah. And look, I put the galactic in front of there. Even though you bring it down here to the earthly realm, that's your roots. That's where it comes from in your DNA. And so I'm gonna be honest, I cheated a little bit. I follow you, of course, and you gave that little snippet from a podcast you were on last week, and you guys were talking about mixing the physical and quantum realm. And that is so perfect for you as a person and what you are doing here on the planet. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cover that same topic, but I'm gonna do it a little different. Guess what your mama gonna do tonight? Guess how we gonna do it?
Yeah. Oh,
We
tell me about it.
okay. I got a surprise for you. We're gonna take a trip down memory lane with you. So
I
look,
like that.
now let me tell you how I'm gonna do it. Because my editing skills, they not good, right? So look, I went combing through your YouTubes, and let me tell you, I got to talk about your journey, because I don't think people understand how you got to the point of being a galactic warrior. That's powerful to say that in 2023, that you are a galactic warrior and you're not in a Marvel movie. You're in the movie of Earth, like,
Mhm,
and you're literally holding that concept true to heart. Like, I'm here to do battle if I have to, not just
mhm,
not physically, but I'm here to do spiritual warfare if I have to. Right?
mhm. You
Okay.
know, I usually don't like tell people so much that I'm a warrior, even though I like when people know about it. I don't like say it too much because people don't fully understand what that means. Like
Mm,
they think it's so cool to fight and stuff like that, and they think it's cool, they think it's badass to be like that, but they don't fully understand like the intricacies of
yeah,
it and like
yeah.
what it's really like. So usually like I let other people like see what I do, and then they could give me the label of warrior, but that's why I usually don't tell people too much about it because I'm like, especially people that are just like when people are trying to understand demon hunting and like all that stuff that I do, I'm just like, if you don't understand fully, I won't say anything. I usually just say I'm a demon hunter, and then that kind of explains it in like one word.
Oh, but Cash, when you say demon hunter, don't people go, ooh, wait a minute now, hold on, like, what you mean? What you talking about? Don't that scare the people?
Yeah, it does. I actually, I was actually doing driving lessons today, and I told her, she asked about my ruins on my arm, and she's like, "Oh, what are those?" And I said, "Oh, they're ruins." And she was trying to get deeper. I was like, "Lord, she's trying to get to the root." So I was telling her a little bit about it, how they grant me power, and she said, "What is it part of?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just like consciousness, spirituality. They're called demon hunter ruins." And she was like, "Oh, all right, let's start the lesson." I was like,
Right, right. Everybody can't do it. Everybody can't do it, right? They can't take that concept.
right.
Okay, but look, we're gonna go back. We're gonna rewind the clock because this is not where you started. We're gonna go back to your 13-year-old self. Okay, just hold on, just watch this. Let me see if I can get this right. Ooh.
Oh, I know she's not gonna put a picture or video up, bruh.
Shut up. Oh man. Wait a minute. Wait. I got it. Well, I'll do this one.
Oh, I see it.
You don't see it.
Yeah, I see it on the screen.
You can't see it yet. Where'd it go? Hold on. I'm gonna get it. I gotta find it because it's a good one. Oh, here it
I
is.
see the corner of it, being Black in Canada update.
Okay. You shut up. You don't see it.
A lot of people know me for that. People now call me, they either call me Prince or they call me King. My goal was never to be famous. I do the videos because it was fun. That was my highlight, bro. I look at the school now and I think of how much stuff I went through. See where I am now, and to look over at it, it makes me think of how far I've come and where I'm going. I've been through so much tough times. I went through from kids spitting on me to kids, making fun of me my whole life. I never really had any friends. Everybody knew me and everybody thought I was funny. I didn't really have any friends. I was just talking about how I was someone earlier. Being the only Black, but imagine that puts a lot of trauma on your head, and I didn't understand that. I didn't understand how much that hurt me. I really did fight every day with the kids and the teachers. You get these things and you just get used to it. This is what the list looks like. Now what I'm going to show you here is grade 9. You prepare the list. This is all what I've experienced so far, and this is all everything on this page is what I've experienced in elementary school. This list is basically longer than this. It really did break me, and it did break me because right now I started having panic attacks during grade 11. I started having anxiety attacks, which then led to seizures, and I would have a seizure every month, and to this day, I still have them, but I think they're going away now. Imagine how much strain that puts on you, especially knowing you represent your race, especially when you're a teenager trying to find yourself.
Look at my baby.
Want to be all that stuff mixed with representing your race and going through all the racism and bullying. It was too much for my brain, which led to a lot of stuff. Now I'm in a respect. People respect me. I've lifted to a spot where they respect me, and I call myself king. I see myself as a king.
Okay. Oops, let me get him off of there.
That video is so
Hold on,
ancient.
let me get him off. Oh, wait,
wow, that brought me down memory lane. Wow, that brought me down memory lane. I was like, well, I remember those days. That felt so long ago.
When the tree talked to you, yeah, I'm thankful for everything I've been through.
I gotta close out everything. Look, I can't find it to close it off.
I can still hear me in the background. The tree talked to you or something.
This is hilarious.
A lot of Hoochie yelling things, so don't watch it when he's around. He'll name himself something new.
Cash, where did it go? Oh my gosh.
Oh, you getting another one up?
I cannot stop your video. Look at that. Look at the forces that be.
Still going, bro.
The Devils for Diversity, they call it.
Oh my gosh, Cash.
Nobody did anything. Even for Black History Month, they expect me to do something.
There it is. Oh my God. Look, all of that. Oh, that was just so so much. Now look, that wasn't even the one I wanted to show. The one where you were 13 and you were literally talking, I was about to cry. I literally was gonna cry. You were your 13-year-old self and you were talking. But look, you held up the two lists. You were like, all of this is the stuff I've experienced. And you were like, here's one list and here's the other. And all of those were lists of things that were included in the bullying, right? Cash, that is.
People in the comments are going, oh my OMG, he looks so different. His energy is so different.
Yeah.
People are like, wow. People are like, oh, he looks like a young Cash. Oh,
like, and people are amazed, like, because that's not you. That's not who you are now. We don't know you to be that.
Yeah. Yeah, that brought me down memory lane thinking about I usually go back in my memories sometimes like 3 years, and I haven't even gone back that far in a really long time. So to see that, in those times, I was really, you probably saw, I was really like focused on the lion mentality and being king in my own eyes and people respecting me and all of that stuff I went through. Of course, you guys already know I'm very grateful for it now. But then it was all like, okay, I want to be like the version I am now. I wanted to be that then, but I didn't know it would be so spiritual. And so then to be here now, I'm like, whoa, my past self wanted this, but now that I'm here, I could see, I'm like, I'm happy with where I am, but I know there's more. Like I'm still growing and there's more to go. So I feel like I'm only halfway there.
Yeah, but like you're a prime example of how, like I always tell people that the powers that be, they already know us before we realize who we are. And so it's like you were destined to step into this role with this like king energy. And so it's not shocking that your path was designed to literally make you think the opposite and to beat you down and to deter you from that destination. You see how is like it's always like that. Whatever you're lined up to be, your path is the opposite of it to see if you're gonna find your way to it,
Yeah, I never thought about it like that. I always was just like, oh, I want to be a lion. I want to be powerful in my own eyes and do what I wanted to be powerful in the world and make change. I wanted to be respected. And then I never thought about it like that, actually.
Yeah. So like, well, I thought about, I'm always 2 steps in it. But I looked at, like, you used to tell the story about, oh, I used to be bullied. But to see you talk about it, it added a whole different energy to the story of you. I mean, it put it in perspective because as the people in the chat said, your energy wasn't even the same as it is now. Like, even though you were talking the talk, like they respect me, I'm the king. You are the embodiment of it now. Now you walk it. It's like then you were talking it. You were talking it.
Yeah.
But now you walk, you done stepped in it. And
That's
so
true.
What was the moment? Because I said 13. I didn't show them exactly 13. You guys, when he was holding up the paper, I think he was 13 or 14 then. And then we got the high school kind of him talking about, being king or whatever. But what was the moment where you said, because we missed something in between 13 to like 16 or 17, where you said, you know what, I'm the king. Like, y'all gonna respect me. This is who I am. What was that moment like?
So it was weird because it's like it went up and then I hit a new chapter and then it was like refining that again, but on a different level. So high school, so that video you saw where it was 2016, that was grade 9 or 10. One of those were like that gap.
Yeah.
And then around 20, I graduated 2019 and then I was doing a leap year. So like grade 13. So you could come back for one more year. And grade 12 is when I was really well known in the school. Like you guys probably saw the corner at the beginning before she started it. You saw like my face on the TV in the corner of the room because I did video announcements, and that was awesome. People still know me in this town for video announcements. They're always like, yo, you remember the video announcements? And it was really iconic. And the teachers like always tell me what they're like, yo, we missed that. And I missed that too, being in front of people. And that was the moment when I started gathering more respect. So grade 9 and 10, I was like, I need to fight. This is happening to me. I need to become stronger. And then grade 11, it was working on it. And then grade 12 is when it was really hitting. And I was more, I felt more in my game. I
Mhm.
felt like I was struggling less to do things, and I felt more rooted, but I was still relying on other people's reactions to me to big me up. I was using a shield of like humor and
Yeah.
niceness. Even though I knew that was who I was using that so much, and I knew something was missing. I was like, this doesn't feel right. So then COVID happened, and then I ended up getting more into consciousness and all of that. And then I knew that I was like, I am a king, but now I'm doing a different level of it. And then around 2021, 2022, that's when TikTok started happening. And then
Yeah.
that's when I started really, I would say, embodying the energy of being king.
Okay, so look. So we got to connect this physical and this quantum realm, because all that you were experiencing with the bully and the kind of getting into yourself in that moment all occurred on the physical realm as it was supposed to. Okay. So something in you started to become, like you said, during COVID, you got a little more connected spiritually, and then something happened to kind of take you to the quantum realm, or the spiritual realm, I should say. Oh, wait, let me see something. Let me just try. My antics with these videos ain't been great, but let me just see something. Let me see if this is my same one. Oh yeah, that's your same one. Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, I wanted to show this other one. I think I closed it out, but I may open it while we're talking.
Okay.
Because it's another one where you are doing kind of like a podcast or something, and you're wearing like this garb, like you're a king, like you got on this red and gold kind of thing, and you're drinking from this like wine glass. You're just like, you're royalty. And I was like, oh my God, he transformed. And it was like a jump from I think I'm a king to I'm going to show you I'm a king. And you kind of
Yeah.
took on the persona of it. And I don't know if that was during COVID you did that, or
I think that was
afterwards.
right when COVID hit, or like I know it was for sure when I graduated, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna be doing something video, and so I just started focusing on podcasting. Is that the video where I had the two guys there?
No, well, you were talking to somebody, and you were videotaping yourself kind of talking.
Okay, if it is what I think it is, it definitely was right after I graduated, and it was like just as COVID hit, and I was like, all right, let me get some people on a podcast, stuff like that. So I wasn't even really doing TikTok just yet. TikTok was like right after that. So that was the mode of me experimenting with the king energy and putting, I think I called it Ki- some King's podcast or something like that, where it was pointing toward king.
Okay, I think I found it. You're talking about the Federation, actually. So let me pull it up.
Oh, okay.
These are some fun videos, honey. You were hilarious.
Oh no.
For people like me, this is classic knowledge that aliens are real, that all this stuff is real, right? But for people that don't, I don't know what you're doing. The news has come out. And,
Look at your outfit. I love it.
I said aliens were real, and he came on and said this. I was like, God.
That's right. Drink, King, drink.
There. So the head of Israel's space program came out and just said that extraterrestrials are real. This man is highly respected. So for people that want to be like, he's crazy. This guy is highly respected, okay? He's been working with the space program for Israel for a long time. So I don't want to hear it. Okay, I don't want to hear it. US and Israel's been
Okay,
with aliens.
I'm going to stop you. Look, here I go again.
Which I'm like,
stop it.
been knowing this, okay? And some of y'all have seen the video or
it is hilarious. You are just so cute. I just love how you had your little stuff on. You like, okay, look, I'm the king, like what? I mean, you are moving into it now. You are moving into, look, it's this alien thing going on. I don't know if y'all believe it or not, but if you don't, Shame on you. So, okay, so where did the alien thing come from? Did you have a visitation? Did you have a dream? Like, where did that connection come? Do you remember?
I was really into extraterrestrials. At first, it was astral projection, like all of elementary school and high school. I was like getting into it, and I was like, astral projection is so, I was obsessed with it. And then it wasn't too popular. So, end of elementary school and all high school, I was so into it. And then COVID happened and all that. And of course, I'm like, I have nothing to do because they wouldn't let me go to school. They were like, oh, COVID, wait a year. They made me wait 2 years to go to school. And then I was like, all right, actually, I don't want to go to school. But I ended up just self-studying and just reading all day, watching documentaries all day, and delving into consciousness and my spirituality more. And I was already an empath. So I was like, okay, now let me work on my empathic abilities and how to make them better and how to use them properly. So I was in that whole mode of transformation again and using what I had and understanding what it meant to be king. Because I was like, what does it actually mean to be a royal figure? Because it's not egotistical like how they think here. It's very different. So then I was delving into that and what it meant to be a royal. But aliens really started coming in, if you want an exact year, around 2021. And I just started guided toward these alien books. And then I started having alien contact in the astral realm, and physically it was kind of weird because it was like it was happening but it wasn't. It was kind of like fadey, and I was trying to understand if it was real or not. And that's when it really started kicking in.
Yeah, see, because we haven't even touched on your remembrances of your time on Lyra, the planet Lyra, which really started to get you into an awareness of your connection to royalty and being king. I don't even think when you did that video that we just watched, I don't even think you had the knowledge yet of Lyra, your Lyran connection there, did you? But see how it was in you? It was in you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm king, I'm of royal blood, and not even knowing, but your soul knew and was guiding you slowly but surely to your truth. And so,
and it's funny, I always knew growing up, I would always say this. And this was like even during grade 7 and 8, I'm like, I'm a prince. And everybody knew me, and I'd post videos on social media. So everybody called me Prince, and they would call me Prince Bince, because that's what I put my name as on Instagram. So everybody would come to me, yo, Prince Bince. And it was so good. But growing up, I always knew I was royalty, but I thought it was some ancient African roots somewhere. So I was like, oh, I need to dive into that and find that out. So that also led me to more spirituality, because then I was looking for answers, and I was getting more spiritual answers than I was physical answers.
Yeah. And so, and being Black, and then look, your upper, I didn't even get to those videos. Well, I didn't touch those. You guys, he did a whole series of videos on like being a minority in Canada, where he lived, and some of the things that he encountered as a result of that. And so like all of that, you would think your focus versus going into Galactic, you'd be like, okay, I'm getting ready to hit Egypt, and I'm going to learn about African this and that, which you kind of did. You did touch on it a little bit.
Oh, but I was really pro-Black then. Everything was Black power.
Yeah, because your evolution, good thing you were into YouTube from an early age to now. YouTube chronicles your journey, literally how it unfolded piece by piece. I told you if I was good at editing, boy, I would have put all that together, because it is phenomenal to watch the reel. You literally have a reel of your transformation. You better put that together, because you are good at editing. You better go back and from the beginning and just connect all those dots, because it would be phenomenal. Your people, look at the people in the chat, are getting a kick out of this. The people who follow you, to see you. Somebody says, Cash been slaying since the beginning. Somebody else said, Cash, love your growth. I don't think your followers have seen this part of you. You kind of like fast forwarded to now. And I don't think people saw, all of that leading up to this, which is good, because there are so many people going through what you went through then. You went through bullying and transformation and identity in terms of your race and, cultural things. We got adults, who are going through, maybe women through domestic violence and through, like, people who are throwing through things, but they don't understand the spiritual connection to why they're going through what they're going through.
I deal with people like that every day now, which was my goal. I want to thank you guys, by the way. I think this was about a year ago is when I started helping people, because I was always known for the wise kid to be there to help people and to take care of everybody. So I was already in like a lighter fire energy, more like earth fire mixed energy. And I was always there to take care of the family, and everybody knew me as cousin Vinny. And it was just like, I always knew I was going to take care of people and guide people. And I always knew I was going to be the one that people looked to. And in my heart, I knew that, and I knew I had to get better. I knew I had to be better for the people. So about a year ago is when I started really working with people related to all of this stuff. Like you said, like adults, kids, physically or online. And that's what I do every day. Like you say, I'm always busy. I'm always doing something. We're always on a mission. Yeah, I literally just came back from helping people before I came here.
Okay.
And I came on here.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was getting to the mission. So for all of you watching, Cash, literally, he takes this seriously. He connects with the divine beings of light, aka the Galactic Federation, higher dimensional beings beyond the realm. And he literally receives downloads daily, frequently, in which he's given direction. He's given missions, if you will, and he follows these missions. Now, this may sound straight out of Star Trek or straight out of Star Wars, but this is the real deal. And before I get into the missions with him, I want you guys to understand we're all doing missions, but we call them different things, like I say, oh, I have an assignment, or I'm on assignment, or somebody else could call it something else. It's whatever you connect to in your spiritual and divine realm. So when it comes to your missions, tell me a little bit about these missions. What's an example of something you could be asked to do by divine beings of light?
So I have a lot of very big ones that I tell and a bunch of smaller ones. So bigger ones was like, this was about, if you guys watch Shadowhunters, it's what my life looked like at the beginning. Like if you watch Shadowhunters and you see Clary's story, it was like that, like just realizing I was a demon hunter. Like I would get all these demons attacking me and I wouldn't understand what was going on. And then like reptilian beings, and I didn't believe this stuff and I was trying to debunk it, but it would always happen. And then that's the day I started realizing I was a demon hunter. And I didn't even fully understand what that was. And I knew I was a Lyran, but I didn't know what that fully meant. And so it was like, that's when I was just gathering stuff together. I first called it, when I was first doing it, I would say the universe is sending me on missions. So like, for example, it'd be like, go to the skate park, the kids need help. So I would go to the skate park and then the kids would need help. They'd be like, Vinny, oh my God, I need you. And then they would like ask me for help with certain things. And then they would guide me. They'd be like, okay, now go to the convenience store. The clerk needs help. And I was like, I'm on it. And I would go to the convenience store and then me and the clerk would just chat it up for like 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden he'd be like, it's like you were sent from heaven. Like, thank you. Like, I can't believe it's like, it's so crazy. I was just asking for like help with this from God. And then you came. And in my head, I'm like, well, like this, but I was like, we always like hide it. I'm just like, I got you, man. Like, you're a cool person. I love you. If you ever want help, just let me know. And anytime people like that need help, I'm always like shown that I'm going to help them or I'm compelled to. Now it's very like all day, every day I'm helping someone. So like now it'll look like, so then it was like one or two and that felt like a lot at the time. But then I wanted to be busier. I'm like, I want to help more. I want to help people more. And then it got to the point where I wake up in the morning, I got a client. And then I got to go to the skate park and help some kids. And then I come back home and then I got a podcast to go on. So I'll go on the podcast. And then I got a live and then some readings to do. They'll be like, you need to go live. There's like 20 people that need help. I'm like, I got you. So then I'll go live. And then all their guides fill my room. And they're like, okay, please tell my person this. And I'm like, all right, guys. All right, calm down. All right, let's get into it. And so now missions will look like that, but at the beginning they were very they it was very mind-blowing. So some are lighter like that, where you help people and you big them up like that. Some are more spiritual, like at the skate park.
Yeah.
When the Galactic Federation told me, go to the skate park because there's reptilian attacks and the kids need help. There's kids being attacked by reptilians. And then I was like starting to understand reptilians more because I had personal reptilian attacks. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna see, let's go. As soon as I pull up at the skate park, Cash, Vinny, these reptilian beings keep attacking me and no one believes me. No one believes me. And I was like, oh shoot, like this is for real, for real. So long story short, I went to my crystal master, got crystals, and I made like this crystal shield around the whole skate park. And everybody that day was like, oh my God, the skate park feels so good today. I don't know what somebody did, but it feels so good. And it was packed with people. And I would see literal, like physical reptilian beings walk up to the skate park. It was like it was planned. They walked up and they were going to do something at the skate park, but they stopped right where I put the shield. And I noticed that. I was like, why'd they stop right there? And they both looked and he cussed and he screamed and then he walked away mad. And then I'd feel more of those people walking up that were dark. They'd walk up and literally stop at the shield. Some of them wouldn't even know what's going on. They would just stop at the shield and not be able to enter and then just leave.
Yeah.
And
Now-
I'd have people come and take pictures of me and stuff. It was crazy.
Now, you know, to the average person who is listening to this, they're going to say he is bananas. He has lost every marble in his head. But for those of you who know him and follow him, you'll know that this is the real deal. Like he's telling you very candidly things that he's done on mission, but the people who he's done these missions with or for, if I was to bring them on camera, they would attest to the things that he's saying. And the reason I say that is because I've encountered people who actually have, had the Cassius mission experience. And so it's real. But here's the thing. I want to say, okay, first of all, Cash has a huge following now. He has a huge following because he's intriguing to the masses. Because you got to understand what he's talking about and how he's talking. This is not our norm in society. We ain't there yet. We're elevating. We are ascending. We're getting more connected galactically to our, core essence, but we ain't there yet. But he is normalizing it for us. He's at the forefront. He's one of the pioneers that is normalizing the galactic connection. There's a whole lot of them out here working to do that, but he's normalizing it in a way where he's showing you what you've seen on that movie screen all these years has not been full of all fiction. It has been intertwined with truth. And that truth is slowly being revealed.
We got a question. It says, are downloads things you just know, or is Laura, yeah. Laura says, are downloads things you just know, or is it like someone is talking to you,
telling you what to do? What is it like for you, Cash, the downloads?
So
Good question,
the ones,
Laura.
yeah, the ones that are just in the day, they are like visions and words and like feeling. They come in like code like that, like energetic understanding. So all of a sudden, like it was actually just yesterday I was getting more downloads about yesterday and the day before about more about this king stuff, a deeper understanding. What are the odds, right? And I would especially when I smoke cannabis or I do mushrooms, I get more downloads. So you could just ask something and then all of a sudden you'll get an understanding. But like when you understand something and it's like in your brain, it's like, yep, that's that's what happened. It's when you get these downloads, first you won't know anything. You'll be like, I'll be like, wait, so what about this king thing? Like, how come all these beings keep calling me king or like king of earth and stuff? I'm trying to understand. And then I'll get it. The galactic beings will be up there and they're like looking down, smiling like this. And I'm like, oh, y'all about to tell me something. And then they'll throw the information in my head. And first it's like, it's blank. You're like, I don't understand. And then all of a sudden you understand like you already understood. And you're like, whoa, like what the hell? So it can come in like that. Sometimes when they're the very powerful ones that I get every month or so, it'll be like very overwhelming. And I'll hear like someone talking. It's like voices, but that's the only time I really do hear voices
Well,
like
let's
that.
look, this seems so, because you and I we go back to over a year now of knowing each other. And I can remember like when you and I kind of talk, me encouraging you, speak it, don't be afraid of it. Like say it, because you were like so apprehensive that the masses were going to be like, you were like, you didn't know how
Yeah.
far to go. Remember, you were like, I don't know how far. I'm like, take it as far as you can take us, because you're the pioneer. You're one of the pioneers. You got to go where no one has really gone, And so
Mhm.
that took a lot of courage. You ain't afraid now. You ain't scared of nothing now. You pretty much tell it like it is now. But just that little piece,
Mhm.
that piece of you that was holding back,
Mhm.
So, oh, look, somebody says you're the GOAT, honey, the greatest of all time. They done called you the GOAT.
Thank
All
you
right, I
guys.
love it. I love it. Let's see. Chantel says they take our stories and put them in games, movies, TV shows, and
Yep.
anime. We need our checks. She said we need our checks.
They literally put it in the movies and shows, and that's also how I awakened too. They would be like, look, this is you. Like I would, at one point I went to Miami and learning a bunch of cool lessons that I'm still learning to this day. And they made me watch Kim Possible all day. Like on the whole road trip back home, they made me watch Kim Possible, and they're like, this is you. And I was like, okay. And the way she dresses is like very close to how I dress. And the way she acts is very similar to how I act, like in her energy and in her voice. I'm like, that's wow, that is kind of like me. And then the mission she would go on, there will be like apply them spiritually, like the way you help people and the way you're like, how she'll like get someone to pick her up and they'll be like, oh, thanks for saving us from that asteroid. Like everybody that helps her, she helped previously, is literally like that now. Like people be like, I'll be like, thank you for helping me. And they'll be like, oh, thank you for, helping me get my business up a year ago. And I'm like, oh, so like things are piecing together. And like at one point, she was in high school and she's in high school and someone switched bodies with her. So like all of a sudden they had her body and people were coming up to her asking her for help for everything. And he was overwhelmed. He's like, whoa, this is what it's like to be Kim Possible or like Cash. And the way she lives was like on mission, go here, go there, and then do this, do that. And I was like, whoa, that is like me. So like the movies and shows, they put it right there for you to awaken more too. It's like they make the show off of you.
And you could tell, look, every time you tell me this, you're so connected to anime. Like, that's why I know, well, that's a whole nother conversation about you in the future, but I can tell how things are energetically designed to connect with that generation of souls that are here at that time. Cause I have no connection to anime. I don't know nothing about that stuff. But in my era, it was like, to actually be around someone who was a real psychic or a real medium and he could really connect to the spiritual realm. Like that was taboo and that was big, for my era. Yours is so different. Like I'm an indigo. That's what we dealt with, like opening the doorway to mysticism and like psychics and mediums. That was like the beginning kind of. You guys are on the new like realm of, let me show you the connection, like you say, between animation, robotics, artificial intelligence, computer, like all that, to who you are and how we are evolving. You guys are a whole new kind of series, if you will.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. And oh, okay, good. This is a good question. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to butcher your name. Let me see. Relajacion. Oh, that's beautiful.
Ooh.
Said, how do you differentiate galactic beings? Like, how do you know if this being is your guide, a protector, a soul family member, etc.? Oh, how do you how do you differentiate? Because you know the difference.
Yeah, it took me a bit to understand. This is where I was working on my empathic abilities, because when you get good at understanding energy, at the bare minimum, then it's easier to differentiate all those things. So if you're talking about galactic beings, all these galactic beings have different energies. So like you'll be able to be like, oh, there's an Arcturian pulling up, or oh, that's a Lyran or whatever pulling up. So galactic beings have this energy of like spacious. It's hard to explain energy. It's like they have access to the expansive universe and they have experience in the expansive universe. So right away, they feel very galactic or universal. Like it's like they're around you and you could feel the universe or something like that. Angelic beings, you'll notice it's like pure light. Like they're just like, they enter the room. If you're clairvoyant, they just like shine up the room, or like they pull up energetically, and their energy is very like light, like high vibrational, but also very like serious a little bit, like warriors. Like they're here as like police of the universe. So like
Yeah.
when they pull up, you feel that authority and that light at the same time. Soul family, it's like it's just like any of your other family that you encounter physically. You're like that energy of like your family. It's like that with the soul. It's just like a home energy. And you're like, how come you feel like home, but I don't even know you?
Right.
So it really, I would say, get more understanding of energy in all ways. You know, I should make a video about this too. Little things like, what does it feel like when I'm around family, people that I know are family? What is it like with people that are more angelic or stuff like that?
Yeah.
Because then when you talk to other beings, then you'll be like, oh, I remember that energy. It feels like family. So they must be some sort of soul family.
Yeah, that'd be good. He's gonna make a good video probably about that. Somebody says, look, Chantel says, rainbow children to the rescue. That's right, Rainbow Star Seeds. You all come in now. You the anchors. You bring it on home now. We open the gate, we open the door. You guys come on through and,
I'm
and,
loving
and
it.
take us to the next level for sure. So look, that person was asking about how can you tell the differences? Now we're gonna take it a little step further with our galactic warrior here. He has portals in his room. He has beings coming in and out of them portals, y'all, at any and all times of day and night. That was an adjustment for you. I remember when you first had the aha moment that was happening, and you were like, whoa, like, is this really happening? Now it's just like another day at the park, like the portal openings, right?
Yeah. When I first opened it, I was like, you know what? If this portal stuff is real, let's see. So I just opened it, said anything could come through. And then I had a demon attack in my sleep. And it was creepy because when I woke up, I could hear footsteps walk away from my bed and go into the mirror. And so I was like, that was like a huge awakening moment. I was like, whoa, okay, this is real. So then I had to learn how to make like a lock on it and like have a being protected all the time. And that's when I started really loving having the portal open and being connected to galactic energy. And I could feel energies come in and out. Now it's at the point where I have to close it at night because I'll get surprised. Like I'm just reading a book or I'm watching something and I'll literally see the being pull through. I'm like, whoa. And then the energy is like, they're pulling up on me. And I'm like, whoa, hey, I don't know. Just now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, you could check out the room. Before I didn't know they were here. But now I'm like, okay, I know you guys are here. So at a certain time, I actually use my microphone. I just like put it over the mirror and I say, when this is over the mirror, that means it's closed for the night. And then I open it back up because it started getting, it felt like I was always having a party in my room because people coming in and out, in and out. And I was like, all right. And even if I didn't see them, the energy was like beings and or people, like the feeling of like when you have people in your room and then they leave, it felt like that 24/7. So I was like, I can't have that energy around all the time. I need to close it. Now I have like these little portals, like all these posters are portals of energy. All these ruins are portals of energy. And they literally are my most favorite thing to do.
Excellent. Jasani says, what's the purpose of a portal? Why would someone want to have a portal? Well, a portal is a gateway, an open way, an entryway between dimensions for beings to come on through. And so you're saying, why would people want it? But look, if you're here on assignment and you are directly connected to certain beings or any beings for that matter, you want a portal, especially one that's close to you, because you got to look at yourself beyond this physical body. You're on a team.
And so
Mhm.
you want these beings to come through and say, hey, we need to have a little meeting today, or hey, you need a little encouragement, or hey,
Mhm.
we see your energy is fading out. We're here to give you a little boost and recharge. Or hey,
Yes.
so you want a portal nearby so that you have that upfront and close and personal, connection and help when you need it.
Mhm.
So remember, we've been trained to think in our perception that portals were the gateway to hell or to the darkness or to the outer bad realms, but now you guys, we're evolving so much. You go anywhere, you can see people talking about. I saw a video on Instagram, a young lady who's a light worker, I mean not light worker, a light code activator. She had her camera set up in a corner of her room to show the portal of the beings coming through to work on her at night, like to work on her while she sleeps, to do upgrades and to clear out her spirit body. They were working on her. I mean, you couldn't see actual beings, but you could see movement. And she said they were working on her. So portals are there to help you. You want to add anything about the portals, Cash? Because that's your thing. I know that's your thing.
It gives me easy access. So
There you go.
like when I go live, their guys will just walk through the portal and come in instead of having because I have the shield around my room after so many of my followers are starting to spy on me. I had to make that shield. So then I noticed the beings had to come through my window, or they would come through my door, or they'd be like, we can't come through, you have the shield. I'm like, oh, I have to take it down. And so it was just so much dramatics that I was like, just make the portal. I have a portal, make it so they could come through. So now they easily just walk in or walk out. Or like when I astral project, I'll use all the posters in my room. Like a bunch of them look like this one here. So they're just like pictures of space, like you see like this. So those are portals for beings to come in and out, like gateways, or also for me to just easily astral project there. So they're literally gateways in the astral realm to other areas of the astral realm, or to bring certain energies and things like that. So really, it makes easier access, and it makes you feel also less closed in your room, because you could feel the portals and you feel the other side of it, and it makes you feel less. I started to feel like, I called this King's jail cell, because it started to feel like I was always in a cell, but then after with the portals, it made things feel more open as well.
Yeah, connects you to that galactic realm. So Laura says, what was your first experience astral projecting? Were you scared? How does it feel being in the astral realm?
It feels very like reality, just not physical, without the physical limitation. So like you could fly and do all that stuff like you are physical, but you don't have the same physical sensations. Like you guys may have heard me say in one podcast with my homegirl, she's like, what is it like to be astral? And I said it's like being in the physical, but not, because you could mistake that you're in the physical, but then you're like, something not right, because this and that. So then you start to analyze, I'm not literally in the physical realm. So it was it, it was kind of nerve-wracking, because I would travel all night, every night, whether to fight something or to go somewhere and learn something, or training to like have an experience and do something and then bring it back to my physical life while I'm in the physical. So I would have a lot of training and missions there, and it was scary, but now I've been doing it for a while now, so now it's not. Now it's just like, all right, when I go to sleep, I'm going in the astral realm 100%, unlike when I'm in my physical body and I'm only halfway in the astral. So then it makes it easier to do the spiritual things, go and talk to certain beings, or now I'm getting ready to fight larger dark beings in the astral. So now I'm doing heavy training to get ready for that.
I love that. He's doing training, you guys. Maybe we'll get him to give us a little bit of insight on his training. But before we do that, you guys, if you are enjoying this information, please click the like button so I know you like it. I'm trying to keep up with what you guys like and what you don't like. So please click that like if this is resonating with you. I ain't like King Cash, baby. King Cash got millions of followers. Dawn barely got 700.
Y'all better click them that like button.
And she's
Okay.
doing amazing.
I'm trying. I'm mama trying to catch up with you, daggone rainbow children. So look, you said you started training. Now, is this secretive? Are we supposed to know about this training, or we need to just keep that under wraps?
So, the training, what I could give about the training I'm going through now, which is why I know you guys haven't seen me on social media in like 2 weeks now. Part of it is I'm getting ready to fight larger dark beings like dragons. Now, I was exposed to a dragon ruin about a year or two ago. This is when I first met Dawn, and I sent it to her, and she said, "Oh, that one means defeating dragons." And I was like, and there was one already that I have on the back of my shoulder, which was defeating draconians or reptilians. So I got that one after, and then I was like, "Oh, I want to get the dragon one," but I was curious when. And then I started getting universal signs showing dragons everywhere. First, I had to get into the fire mode, get into the king mode, understand my mission. And then I started seeing dragons everywhere and fire everywhere. And then I picked up a book. They guided me to get this book in the library. You guys know I don't go to no library. And I went there and I picked up the book, and it was about dragon fighters or like dragon slayers. And I was like, whoa. And then the beings were like, "You're getting ready soon." But to fight a dragon, I thought it would be easy, like in the astral, but it's way harder because this dragon is also one of my darker, higher selves. So I'm fighting myself, and it's scary because all my fears, all my traumas are in that dragon. And what's interesting is they're like, "You're fighting yourself," this dark dragon that I would always see when I was little. I'd always see a flash of a dark dragon when I was young and get really scared of it. So when I saw this, I was like, that explains why I would always see the dark dragon and like have a panic attack when I was little. So now I'm going to be fighting it, and then I'll be able to fight beings of that caliber in the astral realm, which is very similar to my past lives. And it looks, if you guys know Metroid the game, that's basically what my past lives looked like after the Great Lyran Wars. And so you see she has a arch nemesis, which is a large dark dragon, which looks like the dark dragon that is my dark higher self. And she is always training to basically battle this arch nemesis, but her biggest fear, whenever she sees it in her head, she like has a panic attack. Even though she's a huge galactic warrior that everybody knows, she's still like, every time this dragon comes up, she has like a little fear toward it. And that was like with me, and still is like to me. But now I'm in the mode where I'm like, I'm ready to see it face to face and literally take it down.
So listen, so I want everybody to I'm gonna catch you guys up, because when Cass talks, it's easy to get lost. Because for people, not you to get lost, but the people listening to get lost, because Cass is galactic and he's quantum and physical. Like he goes, well, a lot of us do in the spiritual world, we go between the two. But I want everybody to get this connection, because in the time to come, the future that's headed towards us, we always use the phrase "as above, so below," and we always separate it like above and below. But literally, when he says he travels to the astral realm, he's actually traveling to assist in assignments and things that are helping and assisting us here in the physical world. It's just that we don't have a lot of experience with that awareness and knowledge here on the physical world, because we don't do that. We haven't done that as a rule collectively over the years and lifetimes. Not like this new group that's coming in now is going to be doing. And so when we experience our physical realities here, literally there's a galactic or quantum or spiritual reality that is taking place simultaneously as we are having here on the planet. So like, for example, when we had COVID and I shouldn't have said COVID, but when we had the great, we were all quarantined and we were locked up, and, things were still here. Well, galactically, there were some things going on above, as well, that were paralleling us here. And so it's good that he's stepping into his awareness and his role on both realms, both dimensional planes, because at any moment he could be traveling. And I think now I'm not in your head exactly in your journey. I'm kind of with your journey because we talk so much. But I think now he's getting the preparation for, okay, let us kind of get you into an awareness and understanding of what's happening or what's going to happen there on Earth and what's happening here in the galactic realm. We got to kind of show you the parallels because you're going to be directly involved in both of them. And so I think part of his learning right now is going there, coming here, going there, being here. So at some point he's going to say, oh, I get it. Like, so I'm just giving an example. You guys don't panic. Don't freak out. Oh, when we have the crash, our financial system crashes, Cash may say, oh, that's because I'm just making stuff up, you guys. That's because Orion is not doing this or going this way with this planet. Like there's going to be a parallel to what's happening here. And he's going to be kind of in the know and in the kind of forefront of going between the two. He's learning how to do that now. That ain't everybody's mission. That ain't my mission, y'all. That ain't what Dr. Dawn signed up to do. I feel like we always used to make the joke, Cash, about the ground crew. Like, you know, it's the ground crew here. Some of us on the ground here trying to hold the light. We trying to help people ascend. We got ascension people out there teaching and healing. Like some of us are here on the ground, but there's some of you guys that are going to be on the ground crew as well as the galactic crew. Y'all going to be doing both. You know who you are. If you don't, you will. It's going to start being revealed to you.
You know, to me, it's interesting you say that because this has become so basic knowledge to me that I forget how, like, what it's like to be not. So when I talk to people, I know sometimes I talk like they already understand it. And I'm like, oh, shoot, maybe they, like, what was it like when I wasn't connected? I don't even like thinking about it because it feels too, it feels like a trap again. Almost. I'm like, oh, I remember being there. And now that I'm here, I don't even want to think about what it was like when I'm not connected, because I'm not fully connected, but I'm getting almost fully there. And I don't want to even look back and reminisce and get that energy back again. So I sometimes struggle to rethink about what it was like before all of this.
Well, look, though, you know what? Here's the thing. I remember when I first met you, you were not grounded to the earthly experience. It's like you had left Earth and you were in the cosmos. Like you literally, your body was here, but your whole essence of being was somewhere else. You were in the galaxy. And so I used to be like, Cash, I understand you're in the galaxy. That's part of it. I get it. But you got to be here too. You got to be here in this moment. And you were like, but no, but you know, it's these beings that change. But Cash, you got to be here in this moment because you're going to be serving out your purpose here on the planet too. So I can see you now grounding in the earth experience more than ever before, because that was so difficult for you to understand. You were just like, what do you mean? You couldn't get that, you know, you just, because you thought that what you were experiencing was kind of the norm for everybody, what everybody was experiencing.
Now I definitely have more understanding of my role and what I'm supposed to be doing. So it feels very much like I'm way more focused on Earth. Like everything I do is for Earth. And there's things that I say to myself that remind me and give me this fire to be action-packed every day. It makes me excited to be action-packed every day because it's like I see my role and I'm like, I need to step into that more because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I was born to do. That's why I came here. And then now it's like everything I do is for Earth, but I have that it's like when you're at the cottage, but you got home over here, and it's like you got work to do at the cottage, but you have your connection to home still. It's like that. It's like, oh, I'm at the cottage and I'm building up the cottage, doing what I got to do here. But I always got home that I could always go back to and then come back to the cottage. It feels like that now.
Yeah. And look, I told you, now looking back at your journey, I'm like, no wonder you were bullied and you had the racial kind of thing. Like, you chose to get the ultimate earth experience, like up front in adolescence. Like, let me experience racism, bullying, all that. Like, let me get it all out the way early on in my journey. Because you guys, I always make jokes with Cash because I'm an old soul. I've incarnated. I'm from Pleiades, but I've incarnated in this earth cycle many, many life cycles. I ain't been home to Pleiades in a gazillion years. I've been stuck here incarnating. He has not. This is his first go round here incarnating on this planet Earth. And so, although he and I have a Lyran connection from way back, lifetimes back, I've been here. He's been in the galaxy. He's been out in the galaxy doing his thing. And so you can tell these newbies that are coming, rainbow star seeds, you can tell a lot of them, they've never been here before, and they're trying to understand the earth experience. They don't get it. It doesn't resonate with them. It's uncomfortable. And they're more connected to their galactic heritage. Whereas myself, this is what I know. My soul has lived it so many times. It's like having a conversation with him. It's like we're apples and oranges sometimes because we see it two different ways because it's so new to him. Like a lot of things, the experiences here are so new. And the littlest things give him such joy, like sitting outside or playing in the grass or just being in the rain. Like, he would love that because it's new for him. It ain't new for me. So we balance each other a lot of times, just because things that I think he gets and understands, he doesn't get. The concepts go over his head. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, okay, you can tell you haven't been here before. And so I think that was an aha moment for you too. Like, okay, that explains why I like seeing trees or being like, he literally likes to explore this planet like it's his first time here.
Yeah, that's why I highly respected Dawn too. When I realized on the soul level how long she's been here, I'm like, whoa, you've been here, man. You've been doing your missions. And she was like, yeah, I've been here for a long time. And that's what made me respect her even more, not just because of our connection, but I realized, okay, she's been doing mission work on Earth for a longer time than me. I could use her as a knowledge base to do my mission better because she has more experience and energetic understanding of being on this planet. So it was like, okay, I could go to her to fully understand this world and how to help it better because she has that understanding. And some people, before I met her, I would talk to some people and I'm like, listen, I'm here to help your planet. Can you teach me more about your planet and humans so you could help me help y'all? And she'd be like, okay. And then we would have like lessons all the time. And long story short, she ended up being someone not good. And then that's when Dawn came in, and then I found our connection. So it is very much, our connection is very multi-layered and very respected.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm always like, boy, I'm this is my last time. I'm out this time. When I leave here, I'm done. And Cash is just like, well, like he's all into this earth thing now. He's like, well, wait a minute, it's getting better. We're doing some things. And I'm like, go have at it. And he and I both realized that I think part of our agreement was that we would connect during this time. We would reconnect on the planet Earth at this time, because we have memories, past life memories together. And so we both recognized that we were separated so that he could go and undergo his galactic training, if you will, in preparation for coming to this planet, which she did on other planets, other dimensions, other lifetimes. And I chose to come to this place, and hold down the fort, to be in the group of beings that would open the gateway and hold down the fort until they got here, till you guys
Yeah.
got here. So this I love it. Let me look at these comments, baby, because okay. So Hutch says our higher stations of identities. Absolutely. We were talking about you going between the two. Love seeing it over. Jasani says, OMG, you've been stuck here. Absolutely. Been incarnating over and over and over and over again. I've played many roles on this planet, many roles. Natasha says, oh, you're a baby earthling. Yes, he is a little bit. Y'all can tell he a baby. He's almost pure, if you will. Like his energy is just like pure. You know, sometimes I even try to piss him off. Sometimes I'm a bad influence because I may make him curse a word or two. But that's not his character. That's not his character. Really, Chantel says the struggle is real on this planet. I literally have to study humans every day. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, saluting me. Well, thank you, Jasani. I appreciate it. And oddly enough, it was not a punishment for me to be here. I chose to continue to keep coming back and coming back and coming back. So yeah. Oh, we got some good chat going. This is good. I love
this is awesome.
That's why I love chit-chatting with you, because we just pull back so many layers, don't we?
Yeah, that's what we got to do this more often, for sure. For sure.
Oh, and for those of you who don't know, so now Cash and I have started this little thing on Thursdays. So like on Thursdays at 12:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram, we go live and we do live spiritual readings. Now, we've done it 2 weeks in a row so far. And I got to tell you, I think it's a good mix, because as we're telling you right now, he's quantum galactic, I'm earthly, physical realm. So we give you two pieces of the puzzle that I think ultimately gives you a broader picture of your journey, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. That's why like we have like two different experiences and understandings, but the same at the same time. So it's like I notice I'll say something and give some things, and then she'll say something that's like the other half, like the other side of it, and it makes it whole. So our both of us reading together, it's like I see how beneficial it is to people.
Yeah, for sure. And again, everything is divinely coordinated, orchestrated. Everything is divinely orchestrated. I have no doubt. I mean, not just him, but this preparation for us both for something, for the next thing.
Yeah.
When y'all go live together, it's always great. Oh, thank you, J Dot. That's one of your people, I bet, J Dot.
Love you guys.
Those Thursday lives are so great. Natasha says, thank you so much. I always never want to seem like I'm impeding, because let me tell you, I'm so apprehensive about that, because he has such a huge following and I don't. So I'm always like, I don't want to, impose on your audience, because the people love him. They love him. And so I'm just honored that he always kind of throws me in there a little bit, or includes me. But I'm very gracious for all the exposure he's given me.
I love having Dawn on. You guys know she's been a big part of my journey, and she grants me the home energy that I look for, the motherly home energy galactically, and then I have a physical mother that grants me that energy I need here. So it's like both of my mothers complete me and help me, and then having her on here doing this with me, it feels very home, the energy I love. So you guys are going to see her way more often, because she's been a big part of my journey.
Now, y'all remember he said that wait till he gonna get big time. I keep telling him Cash is headed places. You guys, I'm telling you, y'all know I'm intuitive. So I'm gonna give you all this little piece right now. We're gonna look to him to make movies that are going to explain and express this journey he's going through with more clarity, and to he's gonna intrigue the masses, specifically them rainbow star seeds. Y'all really gonna rise up and come together through a lot of his work that he's in the process of putting together. He don't know it yet, but he is. But I'm gonna try to keep them humble, because y'all know this earthly experience. What do we have here on earth? That daggone ego, that ego, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to get around it. It's so hard to get around it. And he's a newbie. So I made it my mission to try to keep him divinely connected and in a straight line, because it gets a little rough.
And she would always tell me that at the beginning too, which made me want to study it more. I'm like, okay, what is ego? And especially when I started realizing I was a royal from Lyra, I started to ask, I'm like, okay, to prevent that from becoming egotistical, what does that mean in home? What does that mean? And like one explanation I'll give you guys, I got this last night. What are the odds? Was they were saying they gave me a lot of information about my mission and all of that stuff. But when I asked them about the royalty part, they said, being a royal in the galaxy means that you were born to lead, that you have the DNA, you have everything you need to be a leader, and not everybody is meant to be in the forefront or meant to be a leader. So when you're royal, it means you were born to be a leader in some sort of way. Whatever it is, you're meant to be a leader. And so that made me think, whoa, okay, so that means, again, like, it doesn't mean you're better than anybody, like how here has made you think. It's very much soul based and roles, and how can we all come together and take what we're good at and what we were born to do and organize it. Like, this person is really, just because this person, owns a store and I'm like in charge of the whole planet, it does not make it better or worse. Like, I need you just as much as you need me. So that makes it that aspect maybe understands and push the ego aside and make it so that it could never creep in, like how a lot of people that are told they're royal star seeds, how it could happen.
Yeah. See, look at that. You could tell he's a newbie. He had to go through a process of reading about the ego and trying to figure that thing out. Where most of us who've been here lifetime after lifetime, we kind of born into it. You kind of can recognize when people are, okay, you full of it. Okay, oh, you got the big head. Like, we get it. It's like second nature for us. But you were like, let me go research it. Let me see what this actually is. Let me
and then I have
understand
experiences with it, and like people that were egotistical. And then I had to go to Dawn for confirmation, because every time I'd be around someone egotistical, my energy would get drained. Like, I'd be like dead. And I'm like, how come I could only talk to this person for like half an hour? And she'd be like, their ego is ours. And I'm like, I noticed that, like, little signs. So she made it easier for me to understand human ego. So then now when I see it, I can point it out very clearly.
Bless your heart. It must be nice to be a newbie. It must really be nice to be a newbie.
I love Earth. It's so beautiful. I say that every day. I'm like, it is so, humans are so cool, even though they're so ghetto. They're powerful, man, and they're cool. So and the greater understanding I want to talk to you about later about everything, it gives me more fire. I'm like, I want to help these people because I know where everything is going to be headed in the future. So it makes me excited for humans.
Yeah, I love it too, because had I not connected with you've opened me up to the more free thinking and kind of innocent, childlike part of the journey. Like, I've been here and been on mission, but I've always been old beyond my years. When you're an old soul, you're always acting old. It doesn't matter what age you are. You lose that part of you because you've been here so much. You brought back the innocence and you just opened my eyes and made me recapture that part. Because I lost that some lifetimes ago. I think I came out the womb like, okay, what's the business? What's going on? What I got? It's just, that's what I've been. I didn't have a childhood. Like, on those videos, you were in the hallways playing at school and, outside, with the kids, and you are a free spirit. You were born into that. That's a gift. That is a gift, Cassius. some of us as adults, we're trying to reconnect and find our inner child and our childlike energy because we lost it lifetimes ago, you know?
Mm.
And so whatever age you are now, when I hear you, I think you're 21, right, Cash?
Mhm.
And you're like, oh, I was on my skateboard and you know, and it's just like life is just so free for you. It just is. Boy, at 21, I was like, okay, now I got to get a job. What college I'm going to, what degree I got to get. See, you're not into the earthly paradigm of, you know, you got to go to college, you got to get the system,
Mhm, mhm.
you're fully awakened to the system and it doesn't appeal to you. You can see beyond it.
Mhm, mhm.
Some of
You
us,
know what, guys? I want to say this. So there's a lot more intricacies to this, but I realized that I want to have a human body after this incarnation with how powerful humans are and where they're going to be and the capabilities of them that they don't even know they have. I'm like, this is my first human body, but after this incarnation, I still want to have, or what they call Terran or tech, they call it Tech Gaina. I want to have a Tech Gaina body after this one and have that body in the galaxy, like go home with it, because it has all the extraterrestrial DNA in it, and we're learning how to like access that DNA within us. But the if you guys don't know me that well, all my incarnations have mostly been 90% of them has been as a Lyran. So when I meet people, I'm like, I've only incarnated as a Lyran all my lives, because, and I realized this last night too. It's like I realized, because I asked him, like, how come I was always a Lyran? And I realized I will always tell myself I'm a Lyran warrior, and I always will be. Even when I tried to escape it, I realized that's always going to be who I am.
Yeah.
But then having a human body, it reminds me of having a Lyran body, but less advanced and actually more, it has more in it. And I'm like, okay, well, after this incarnation, when humans get to where they need to be, I want to have an advanced human body and take that elsewhere, because it's very similar to the Lyran body that I like.
Guess what? That's probably where you're headed. That's probably, you're talking about what you want to do. Your soul is telling you, this is what you gonna do. This is what you gonna do. And I can see that for you. I can see it. And while you doing all that, I'm gonna be sliding in and out of a portal somewhere, coming to say hey to you. I'm gonna come say hey. But yeah, I could definitely, that sounds in alignment with you. That sounds about right.
But when I first had this, like when I was told that, I was like, I'm out. I'm OUT after this. But then the more understandings I got, especially last night, the night before, I was like, that makes sense. And now I do want to have a human, half Lyran, half Gaian body, because of the strength that the human body and the humans are capable of. And I can't wait for humans to get there so they could see their power too.
There it is. Y'all heard it right here first, because that's where he's headed. When y'all see him 2030, well, we don't have time, but just down the road, if I could play a video, if I could play this video like I did them last two videos, we're going to play it and we're going to be like, remember when you said,
Yeah.
see, well, okay. Cash, it's been almost an hour and a half. Like, we could go all night long. I'm not going to
Forever.
We could go forever. I got to cut you off, shut it down. Because look, I'm still a mama. I want you to go to bed because I know what time it is on where you at in your time zone. But let's see, make sure I got some. Oh, somebody says beautiful here on earth. Want to see everything. Bump this matrix. Absolutely.
Yes.
Again, you guys, remember, if you want to see Cash and I live, we're on Thursdays at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow him on Instagram, or me, probably me. Y'all don't follow him. He got enough followers. No,
Follow her.
I need the followers, damn it. You can follow both of us. Follow both of us. But he's got, y'all, I got to give him one more kudo. He's got the social media touch. His videos are awesome. And as you see, he's been editing and creating videos forever. So they're top tier quality. I ain't trying to compete with that because I can't. But the content is so good. And we, including myself, we love it. So hats off to you for that, Cash. Please keep doing it. Don't get too tired on us because we love it. We love it. Also, oh, I'm going to be going live tomorrow night on Instagram, Tuesday,
Okay.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram. You guys, Discover Your Inner Light by myself. Mama got to go by herself, just like I got to let the baby go by himself too sometimes. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow night, you guys. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. And then Cash, I'm going to put all Cash's information in the comment section, all his handles, so you guys can follow him, those of you who don't. And what else? You got anything else you want to say, Cash, before we get up out of here?
I want to say you guys probably have not seen me post in a little bit. And like I did post again, but then it got like spacey again. And I want to tell you, I'm in another evolution chapter of not just my life and my purpose and all of that and my role, but also on social media again. And the whole reboot I'm doing, it's exposing me to the new type of content that humans need and what I want to do, and trying to morph it into my life, which is changing a lot. So be patient with me because we got some good content coming up, but I'm going with the flow because they always tell me, don't post it. And then like, if I want to post one day, they'll make it so that I can't by giving me more busyness to do, or like I'll lose my microphone or something. So I'm like, I'm listening to the Federation and the universe when it says don't post. I'm like, I trust y'all. So be patient with me because we got some good stuff coming.
Y'all see how he be doing it? That's all right. Y'all, look, we're going to all stay connected with Cassius because big things coming down the pipeline. Yes, they are. Let's go get excited. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye to you, and then I'll connect with you. I'm gonna connect with you soon, Cash, to chit chat before Thursday. Okay.
Okay, awesome.
I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'm gonna say some last messages to them, so we can say goodbye to Cash, and you can click off. Thank you.
I love you, moms, and I love all you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see all of you real soon.
Okay, see ya.
All right, bye, mom. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Oh, don't we hate to see him go? You gotta love Cassius. His energy is infectious. I feel like I birthed him myself. But he has a wonderful birth mother and birth father. So look, we make a good team. We all make a good team galactically as well as in this physical realm. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Okay, please, if you did, give me a thumbs up. Please click the like button, and please subscribe if you have not. I am here on Monday nights, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. I'm not sure if I'll be here next week. We'll see. I got to go out of town, but I may still be able to go live from where I am. So just stay tuned. And if you don't follow me on other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Discovering Your Inner Light, please do. I give you some daily little spiritual guidance and messages, okay? All right, if you're watching the replay, please leave comments and questions below. Thank you all for watching. If you are interested in any of my services or learning more about me, visit my website at www.discoveringyourinnerlight.com. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me tonight, and thank you for all your chatter in the chat.